Map number 2 now of this best of 3 semi-finals. Merry-Go-Round is the map, and spawning to the south, we've got the red Protoss player, the Boss Toss, MC. And his opponent, up to the top right, the blue Zerg, representing Roccat. It's HyuN. HyuN currently 1-0 up after that first game, which was just spectacular. A proxy hatch up against a proxy 2 gate. When do you see that? You saw it here first, and it was strange. It was beautiful, and I loved every second of it. This game looks like we're going to be getting a Forge Fast expansion coming down from MC. Most likely, he's got the pylon on that low ground there. Meanwhile, from HyuN, what has he got planned? Proxy hatch? Probably not. Not quite as good of a map to do. There's no way... We could either have proxy hatch up there, I suppose. But I imagine MC will be checking for that sort of thing. He's already here with that probe going, hang on. What's happening here? Nothing too sneaky. He'll be counting the drones. He'll see the spawning pool and be a little bit more happy after seeing that. So, MC backs on out. Putting down his probe now. So he could be going for Nexus first. He could also be going for the Forge first. It's going to be the Forge. Leaves the potential open for a cannon rush, if wanted. 2 drones getting pulled. Natural base for HyuN is going to be on the card shortly. The probe going to be doing as much as it can to just block it up for the time being. HyuN in no rush. That's why he's brought the 2 drones down, just so he can try and deny this as long as possible. Ideally, he's going to want to prevent any kind of pylon block, but without any difficulty, HyuN is able to chuck down that natural base, whereas HyuN is also being able to scout the fact that the Forge is there. And yeah, he's just got a nice look. MC starts up his Nexus. That'll alleviate any concern that HyuN would have of any kind of cannon rushing or things like that coming down, because there just wouldn't be the money of it, all in all. So yeah, this is now a very, very normal opening in terms of these games for these two. We've got the cannon coming down now for MC. That's before the gateway, so just playing this ultra carefully, knowing that it was a spawning pool first out of HyuN. He doesn't want to take any risks. HyuN, on the other hand, he's going to be gunning straight towards getting up that 3rd base as soon as he possibly can. Note the 1 Zergling coming as well. That's going to be incredibly helpful, considering there's a naughty little probe going to try and block things up. So that allows the 3rd to get taken nice and early. 3 minutes 50 there from HyuN. So he's going to be able to combat that Nexus first beautifully. And it's just interesting to see how much quicker Zerg players are feeling confident in getting down that 3rd now, even up against the Forge first. If you think back to even kind of 8 months ago sort of thing, you would have been seeing players actually wait until 4 minutes 20 before they decided to try and chuck on down that additional 3rd base up against the Forge first. So here we go, MC just pulling back through here. Gonna just be waiting out. Cybernetics core also on its way through. HyuN, on the other hand, just checking, seeing how many gases there are, seeing how much gas has been mined. Knows that there can't really be anything in the way of tech yet because the Cybernetics core isn't finished, but he's just sending his Overlord through. Another Overlord just chilling up here. It's got a good view of pretty much all of the basin. HyuN's going to want to hide this Overlord out to the side or maybe up to the north, just so he can come back in and check later to see what kind of tech path MC is choosing to go towards. HyuN himself, no gases, not really doing anything untoward here at the moment. He's just finished up his 3rd hatch. He's going to be looking to keep pumping out a lot more drones. Has started the first 2 gases a bit earlier than you may expect. That actually came down before the 40 supply mark, which is not something that you'll always see. A lot more often than not, you'll see a Zerg player wait until they get up to about 45, maybe even 50 supply before they start those gases. So HyuN probably has got something planned there. MC going to be going in towards the Stargate. Already places it down. This is out of the vision of HyuN at the moment, and HyuN unlikely to come all the way down here to try and scout it, especially with a sentry coming on down. We should see a Stalker following on after that. Sorry, Stalker's already down. I take it all back. So that means that this Overlord isn't going to be able to get much scouting information. Probably the biggest thing we want to be keeping a check on is what that Stargate is going to be used for. We're going to get an Oracle down. Are we going to get some Phoenix? Maybe just straight into Void Rays. It's not unheard of, but it's nowhere near as common as the previous 2. So my money's probably actually on getting down an Oracle, because we do have these 4 gates now. 4 gates plus an Oracle can be exceptionally annoying. Of course, while merry-go-round does look like it's got a lot of dead space, there's this air fence which helps kind of nuzzle in any oracles that may come through. But regardless, getting a decent number of ground units out can be a problem. Oracle not going to be on the cards. Instead, it's going to be Phoenix actually now from MC. So he's going to be looking to get some harassment down, force back map control, take out these overlords. And that in itself is just always going to be very frustrating. Not revealing the fact that these Phoenix are here quite yet. Doesn't want to alert HyuN to the danger that he's soon to be in. It will get scouted shortly though as the overlord comes on through. Phoenix already coming across. Going to just start taking this down now. Slowly chipping away at the overlord. Second overlord is also going to get picked off. This already is 200 minerals worth of damage being done thanks to these Phoenix. Doesn't manage to supply block HyuN, who's already got the overlords out on the map to cover that. He's going up into the Hydralisk den, also adding in a couple of spore crawlers just to make sure that he's absolutely safe. Now, going Ling Hydra is a great response here from HyuN, and the reason for that is because he knows that with the Phoenix there, his opponent must have had to cut any kind of tech into Splash. There's no way you can have High Templar down, there's no way you can be teching towards Colossus exceptionally quickly. And those are the only two things that really stop Hydralisks when it comes to a Protoss army. Hydra's just wreck face everywhere else. So getting them down is going to give HyuN a lot of control up against Gateway units and Stargate units. And really gives him pretty much complete control of the map up until the point that we start seeing some Colossus out. It also gives HyuN the potential to deal a lot of damage towards this third, although with Groove Spines on its way out rather than Muscular Augments, it's going to be a lot harder for HyuN to get across the map in a timely manner to deal with that third base. A third base which, for all accounts, HyuN doesn't actually know about. He doesn't have any vision there, hasn't checked to see if he's got the scouting. He does have a single link to the other side, but nothing to say about the third that's actually getting taken. Phoenix count is up to 6. Now, that's a bit higher than you'll usually see. Generally, Protoss players will stop at 4, maybe 5 if they're feeling generous, but actually MC going substantially higher. He's already up to 6. He's got a 7th one on the way, pumping a lot into these Phoenix, although with a high Hydralisk count, this could be challenging for him to deal with. Photon Cannon, now down to the third. The third base itself is not yet finished. A couple of Hydras getting picked off by these Phoenix. The Graviton Lift going to be completely immobilizing them, allowing them to get taken down. Another wave of Warpins also coming on through. Where is HyuN going to be targeting? Where is he going to be trying to penetrate this armor of MC, get through? Remember, HyuN is 1 game up. If he wins this, he wins this series and advances into the finals. A couple of force fields now coming on through. A few of the Hydralisks trapped towards the front. The Zealots having a nice time there. A lot of the Phoenix coming on through. They're getting a surprising number of lifts up. That's picking off a lot of those Hydralisks. The Zerglings on the ground not faring too well. There's reinforcements coming across the map as we speak for HyuN, but for the moment MC has been able to deflect this. A few lone Zealots are going to die. Those Phoenix are incredibly low on energy, so no more lifts going to be coming on out, as well as the fact that 3 of the Phoenix have already been killed. But what this is allowing is time to get out the Colossus that's essential to deal long-term with Hydra Ling. But still, HyuN is applying the pressure. The Mothership Core coming across. It's going to poke an overcharge just to make sure that there's a little bit more damage where possible. Phoenix going to chase down, pick off 2 more Hydras. Very nicely done here by MC. One even getting deposited straight through there. In through the moon door. Down to the planet below. Anyway, quick little back out now from these Hydras. We've got the Infestation Pit on its way. This is going to be looking to go up into Viper Tech, so we should see the hive started shortly. Predominantly, that's going to be there in order to abduct the Colossus that I have no doubt that HyuN is completely aware will be on the cards and coming through shortly. He may not have scouted the Robotics Bay, but you know, it's always going to be seen. 1 Colossus is down on the field. A couple more of these Hydras coming across. They're going to try and grab a Phoenix. Won't be able to get it yet. Now, even though there is a Colossus, it does not have much support. It's just the one there. The damage output isn't exceptional. The Hydralisk still faring fairly well. A couple of Phoenix coming on through though. Get some good lifts. A few of those Phoenix are still getting taken out, but the Colossus doing a good amount of damage. It's staying alive. Control by MC is looking very nice at the moment. A couple more of those Phoenix flying forward though, flying a bit too close to the Hydras. 1 further will get killed. And Overseer gets taken down. One of the Phoenix nearly dies, 6 HP, but a counterattack from MC looking promising. More Hydras coming through. Has HyuN been too aggressive here? Has he overstepped his mark? Did he not buy himself the time he needed? The Hive not done. The Vipers not out. The Colossus may only be coming in single file, but a second one coming to join his body, and the army supply for HyuN at the moment is not looking too promising. He's down at only 41 army supply compared to the 71 of MC. MC may not have enough energy for a mass recall or a time warp yet, but he's up at 85 energy on that mothership core, so it shouldn't take too long. Waiting in the moment just to check and see where MC decides to try and engage. A fourth coming down from HyuN throughout all of this. The Hydralisk gonna get caught. This is a bit of bad positioning actually from HyuN. He's gonna lose a lot of his army there. These Colossus don't believe their luck. They're racking up a lot of kills between them, and that means that a lot of damage is being done. The Hydralisk count incredibly known down. 51 army supply to 85. The Colossus still moving forward. Decent amount of gateway units there. Still no Vipers with any kind of decent amount of energy. They're just consuming now. But even if there is the consumes, the Abducts are a long way off. There's not much really to actually deal any damage out. MC's pushing forward. He's got enough energy. No, actually, take that back. He used the energy on that Mothership core for a time warp. He's just going all in for this. He's feeling confident. There's not really anything on the ground for HyuN, who's frantically trying to gather anything that resembles an army to deflect this attack. The Hydras will be able to take down that Mothership core. One of the Colossus gets abducted. Again, it gets picked and yoinked back, but there's no damage there. GG and MC will level out this series to tie it up 1-1.